Oh my goodness, you guys! We are live for day one of Unstoppable Confidence. When you jump on, say hello. So I know that you are here, you freaking courageous woman. You are here today because you want to learn how to be unstoppable. And that is what we're going to do. I know that the women who signed up, there's about 30 women who signed up so far. If you have any friends you want to invite, it's not too late. They can jump in starting today and they can watch the replay and they can just hop on when they can. So hello. Hi, Heather. How are all the things? Tell me all the things. When you jump on, say hi. Hello, Heather. Hey, girl. And also, if you're watching replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay. And then I want to encourage you guys, this is not about me just showing up and being in your face and telling you all these things. This is super interactive because by taking action, we can help each other really boost our confidence, keep each other accountable, and encourage one another because, hey, what can I say? That is what strong women do. Can I get an amen? Amen. I amen to myself. So confidence is not a destination. You guys, a lot of times people can think that confidence is like this thing that you can just get or this thing that you're born with, but it's not a destination. It is all about, it's kind of like a muscle, like a muscle. Like if you continually use it and you're continually exercising your muscle, the bigger and the stronger it gets. I hope that makes sense for you guys, because a lot of times people can think confidence can come in getting the right job or getting the right car or the right boyfriend, the right girlfriend, the right whatever it is. We can believe that confidence is going to come from something outside of ourselves. Hey, Rachel. Hello. So I was just talking about, Rachel, I was talking about how confidence isn't something we get. Like it's not getting the right title or the right bank account, the number in our bank account or whatever it is. Sometimes people can believe that. How many times have we said, oh, when I get to this weight, then I'll do this. Or when I get that boyfriend or I get married, then I'll do this. And people can literally just put their lives on hold and put things off. They wait for the confidence, right? They wait for when I'm confident, then I will. When I'm confident, then I'll do this. When I'm confident, I'll go after that job. When I have confidence, but it's backwards. Because confidence is like a muscle that if we continue to work for it and work on it, it grows. And the funny thing is, it's totally and completely reversed from that, because the way how we get confidence is by taking the action. And then as a result, we get the confidence. I hope that makes sense. So for anyone that's watching this, I know that most of you guys are friends with me on Facebook or in the real life, and you've done programs with me, or I actually have a couple of my current clients who are jumping in here. So I want to give you a quick introduction of who I am in case if I know there's some people that I didn't know that had found me in a different one source or another. So I want to say hi and let you know that my name is Val Nichols and I'm a success coach for women. I help women reach their highest potential and then stretch beyond that to have huge confidence, to have, make money doing what they truly desire and what brings them passion. So I do a lot of business coaching as well. But, when I talk about confidence, this is something that is huge for me, because I used to be the type of person who didn't feel confident, so I wouldn't go to school. I literally had to do a speech one day, and I hid in my closet of my bedroom because I didn't want I wanted my mom to believe I wasn't there, because if she knew I was there, she'd make me go to school. But I hid in my closet until she left so that I could get out of doing this speech. You guys, wow, it's just crazy now that I think about that, because I went from being this like 16-year-old girl. Oh my gosh, you guys, so sorry. I had a phone call. I'm going to turn off my notifications real quick. So I went from being, I hope you guys, so sorry, you guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me and being patient through that. So I went from being a 16-year-old, tiny, scared little girl who had absolutely no confidence in herself, which I carried very well into my 20s. And as a result, I didn't go after jobs that I wanted. I was too afraid to, for one, admit what I really wanted to do in my life, which is exactly what I'm doing now. I was so scared to say it out loud that I waited years until I finally went to coaching school and got certified. Then I went full time, and then I waited years again to step back into it because there's so much unknown. There's so many things that people don't tell you, right? Do you guys ever feel like that? Like, I used to feel like other kids at school kind of like got life, like they understood. I felt like somehow there was like this manual that was passed out, and I must have been skipping school that day or something because I didn't know. I did not understand how to be comfortable in my own skin. I did not understand how to show up and feel like I was living a normal life, whatever a normal life is. But, because of a lack of confidence, I ended up making a lot of poor choices when it came to relationships, when it came to jobs, when it came to my life in general. Confidence is one of those things that it is such a strong, it's such a foundation in our life. I shouldn't say it's a strong foundation because it's not always, but it's such a foundational piece in our life that if we don't have total and complete confidence, or if we don't, at least we're not working toward and making progress toward that confidence, it can disrupt our entire lives. How many times, think about this, how many times in your life have you not made a decision because you didn't feel confident? Or how many times did you not show up to something because you were feeling unconfident? Like think about me at 16 hiding in my closet because I was not confident enough to show up and do a speech in front of my entire school. So is there times in your life when you have not shown up, or you've not given your best, or you've held yourself back in some way because of lack of confidence? This could be putting yourself out there. If you're a business owner, if you're, in social media, if you're a network marketer or multi-level marketer, whatever, a coach, whatever you're doing, have you held yourself from going on a Facebook Live because of lack of confidence? Have you not put yourself out there in the dating world because of lack of confidence? Where in your life can you recognize today that confidence is holding you back? Like lack of confidence is holding you back. And can you imagine, I know I asked this question when you guys first signed up for this program, but remember that, like think about what would your life look like if you had total and complete confidence. And I want you guys to keep that vision before you, because as the good word says, that where there is no vision, the people shall perish. And I truly believe that, whatever your beliefs are, if you believe in the universe or God or, spirits or angels, whatever it is, then there is some form of that belief that if you don't have a vision, what are you going to do? You're going to kind of bounce back and forth, like when you're bowling with those bumpers or whatever, like you just kind of bounce back and forth, and maybe, you make it down to the end of the lane, but how many are you really like going to hit some pins? Are you going to hit your target if you're just kind of bouncing back and forth? So today, why I named this Mind Your Mouth is because the first step that I really want to stress upon you ladies as we go into this journey of unstoppable confidence, as we go from being these caterpillars in their cocoon, where maybe we're feeling that because of a lack of confidence, we're holding ourselves back. We're not stepping fully into our power. Maybe we're allowing people to, I don't know if you guys saw my live earlier, but maybe there's areas in our life where because of lack of confidence, we are giving up our power to other people. And we're allowing people who are doubting us, or people who are questioning, or people who are saying, that's impossible, dear. You can't do that. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even tell you how many times in my life people have said, really? Oh, so Do you like, you know, are you going to get a real job again? Like, you left your corporate job that you made $8,000 a month and benefits and a nice office and all the things. Like, why? How many times have people questioned? How many times do people question your dreams? Or, you know, are we giving up our power by allowing someone else's comment or behavior or attitudes to just kick us down a notch, right? Kick us down a notch. And it's okay. It's okay if that's been you in the past, or if that's been, but the powerful thing is, now we have a choice. Jessica says, I'm late, but I made it. Hello, Jessica. Jessica Lynn. I've given up my power many times due to lack of confidence in myself. Yes, absolutely. And you guys, if you know me, if you know my coaching style, I speak from experience, because I can't come on here and teach you guys about something that I don't know, that I have not experienced myself firsthand and or helped another woman walk through. You guys, I used to have such low self-esteem. I would never go on a Facebook Live because I was so afraid I was going to be judged. I was way too afraid to talk about things that happened in my past because I had a lot of shame and guilt around that. And I was also worried that if I talked about some things that were going on in my family, you know, like mental illness and abuse that happened, there's other people that are not at the place yet that they can handle my truth within my family. I was afraid they were going to get mad at me. They were going to get upset. Like, I used to be the type of person that even driving down the streets, I would get obsessed about if I made the person mad, like, oh my gosh, I just cut that person off. They're so mad at me and blah, blah. And I would carry that with me all day. Like, that is not standing in my power, right? That is giving my power to this stranger that I have no idea what they're thinking of me. I have no idea what's going on in their life. Like, they probably just let it go, you know, they probably let it go. But a lack of confidence can really show up in such a detrimental way and affect so many areas of our life. So how do we get out of that? Well, for one, we're going to mind our mouth. That's right. Coming from someone who talks a lot, that might be a tall order. However, I'm going to simplify it for you guys. Mind your mouth. We are constantly creating the life that we have with our thoughts and with the words that we speak. Whatever you think about, you bring about, right? So what you think about, you bring about, because your thoughts, if you're always, you know, believing that you're less than, believing that you're not good enough, and you guys, no woman is immune. No human being is immune to this. So often, I was actually with a client earlier today, and she was telling me these exact same things. We were going over some false beliefs that she had, and it came up that she wasn't good enough. And I said, honey, where's that coming from? And she said, well, my husband, my mom, when I was in 3rd grade, she told me I wasn't good enough and that I wasn't smart enough and that I wasn't going to have a good job because I wasn't smart enough to hang out with these C-level executives. And I was like, oh my gosh, girlfriends, that happened 50 years ago, 45 years ago. How much longer do you have it scheduled for you to sit in that? How much longer do you have it planned out for your life that you're going to hold onto this chain from 3rd grade and allow it to dictate your life? Right? And there might be some of you guys out there now today, even as we speak, and we'll talk about this more in the exercise tonight, but these false beliefs that we have about ourselves or who we are, you know, it's not even the emotional side of things that are causing us to stay stuck. Because if we really think about it, and this is something I've studied extensively, if we really think about it, a feeling or an emotion, it's about 9 seconds long, right? Maybe you become fearful because you're about to step on stage. Maybe you're afraid because you're about to get on a sales call with a client. Maybe you're afraid because you're about to bare your soul and be authentic with somebody. Maybe you're afraid because you're trying something that's new and you just said yes and you're not sure. That emotion will last for about 9 seconds. However, the story that we tell ourselves about that emotion is what sticks and keeps us stuck in that. What I mean by that is, let's say that, I had a fleeting thought, right? Let's say I was about to get on stage on the weekends, and all of a sudden I got nervous and I was like, ooh, I'm really scared. And then I told myself, because of that fear, I was like, oh my God, I never do anything right. I'm so stupid. I will never be confident. I'll never be courageous, right? Do you guys get that? Is that making sense? Let me know in the comments if that makes sense, because I want to make sure you guys are tracking with me. But it's not the emotion that keeps us stuck. It's the story that we tell ourselves about the emotion, right? So if you're feeling like, you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, all you see is the fat, right? Oh, I look horrible in this dress. And then you can turn that around and say, but I'm a confident woman. Even though I feel like I need to lose 10 pounds, I'm still going to rock it out. I'm still going to feel confident in this dress, and I'm still going to go have fun with my girlfriends. On the flip side, you could look in the mirror and say, oh, I'm so fat. I feel so unconfident in this dress. Oh my God, I'm a loser. No boy is ever going to talk to me. I'm just going to die single, like with 1,000 cats. And I'm just going to stay at home and not even go out with my girlfriends because I'm fat and I'm gross, right? That is the story we tell ourselves. And this is why I'm encouraging you to mind your mouths. What you think about, you will bring about. And you get in this circle of self-sabotage because you lose confidence in yourself. You lose confidence in your ability to show up, and you don't keep the promises to yourself, right? Jessica says, yes, I've been working on my inner dialogue for some time. Every little thing I do makes me think I'm a failure. I'm not kind to myself at all. Oh my goodness, Jessica, honey, I feel for you. I do. I so feel for you. And I want to honor you and tell you that I am so insanely proud of you for taking the step to show up to this, the Unstoppable Confidence Program, because this will help you gain that momentum. You're showing up and you're being seen. You're sharing in this safe space that we have here, because all of the women on this, even if they're at different levels in it, we are all working toward building our confidence, and each and every single one of us can identify and relate with that story. You're not alone in that. And each one of us is going to pick you up and carry you through this. So thank you so much for being vulnerable and for honoring your feelings. And I'm just so proud of you. So yay! For those of you guys who've never been in one of my programs, I am so about celebrating. I'm a little bit out there, but that's okay. I've decided that if I show up and I'm a little out there and I'm a little weird, because I am, it allows other people to show up and feel like they're safe to be seen and be who they are. So I want to let you know that anything you're feeling, any emotions you have are very real, and you can process those here in this group for sure. This is a very safe place. This is why we have a closed group that is just for the women who signed up and said yes to this, and for the women who are willing to share their feelings and their emotions with me when they signed up. So that's how I kind of vet people to make sure this is going to be a safe group. And there's no one on here that's going to go and like tell your story or blast your stuff. Like this is a totally safe environment with women. Rachel says, yes, I'm totally with you. Jessica says, thank you. I'm happy to be here. Yay, you guys. I want to celebrate each and every single one of you. This is an amazing journey. And here's the thing. You don't have to know the whole journey. All you know is that you put one foot in front of the other and you took the first step. That is huge. Like, lean forward, put your hand out, now pat yourself on the back. I warned you guys. I'm a little quirky. So when you're focused on your dreams and you're focused on your vision, and you really step into it and you feel it. That's why I asked you guys earlier, when you signed up for this course and when I started this live, I asked you guys to really get a vision about what would it look like for you to be fully confident. Because by the end of this 3-day training, I want you guys to have that vision before you and to create some mantras. And don't worry, we're just going to focus on the step we're in right now, but put blinders up. Put blinders up as far as what's happening in your life now, because that's just evidence of thoughts and patterns and decisions and stories that you've believed about yourself until now. And I don't want you to beat yourself up if you haven't been the fully confident woman yet that I know you are, because I truly believe that we do everything we can in the moment with the information we have, right? We do everything we can to make the decisions. Sometimes there's some of us that are honestly, if we're being brutally honest right now, I'm going to tell you there's 30 women in this group. There is at least 6 women right now, based on statistics that I didn't create, scientific statistics, so don't quote me on this. But there are probably 6 women right now in this group who are at the point where they feel just sick and tired of being sick and tired. They're burnt out. They're running on fumes, and they feel like, when is it going to get better? Because they've just been surviving and putting one foot in the other and just reacting and responding to things as they come up to them, and they feel like they're literally walking down the street going like this, like, okay, when are the things going to stop coming at me, right? And if you're at that point where you're so stuck in survival mode because of choices you've made, or maybe these were things that were done to you when you weren't even old enough to make decisions for yourself. You guys, I get that. I lived most of my life that way. Then the great thing is we get to take our power back. We have the choice and the responsibilities that we get to make the rest of our life the best of our life. And we can mourn for the past that we thought we could have. We can mourn for that woman who was not confident and feel like, wow, I wish I would have known then what I'm going to learn today, what I'm going to learn over the next 3 days. I wish I would have known that. But I don't want you to stay there. So that's why this is the only day we're talking about the past and we're looking at how things are currently, because I don't want us to stay here. It's very useful for us to look at the reality of things and take an inventory. But that's all I want you to focus on. This is just an inventory. We're looking at facts. How are things now? And then we're going to deep dive right into the future and how do we want things to be? And how can we map out our life so that we can create the life that we really, really want? Jessica says, OMG, I just said that today. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Girlfriend! Celebrate that. You know what that means? If any of you guys are feeling that way, celebrate it. Because I can tell you, if you're sick and tired and you're frustrated with the way that your life is going now, that's a good thing. Because if you were comfortable and you were okay with being, mediocre, or, I don't know your situation, but I'm just going to speak in a general way to all the women. If you're in a space where you're not happy in your relationships, or you're not happy in your work, or you're not happy in your life, or you're not happy with your level of confidence, and you're okay with it, you'd be like, okay, whatever. Let's just keep on keeping on. Let's just do things the way we've done. If it ain't broken, don't fix it, right? So if you were okay with it, you wouldn't be feeling that. So you can actually celebrate those emotions, because what those emotions are telling you is there is something inside of you. There is a woman inside of you that is crying out and is begging for more from life. There's a woman inside of you that once you shed those layers of what's not working anymore, she's ready to step out into total and complete confidence. And she's letting you know that, hey, where we're at is not where I want to be. So see how that can be a really good thing, that uncomfortable feeling is something to celebrate, because then you know that all you got to do is shed those things that aren't working. chip away little by little at those things that are no longer working, and let go of the things in your life that are not, meeting up to your blueprint of what you think life should be. And the fact that you're uncomfortable around that lets me know that you are the type of woman that knows that she is created for more, and the status quo just isn't going to work out. So how do we do that? We mind our mouth. If you're focused on your dreams, if you're focused on your vision, and you're focused on the things that are working in your life, I mean, how often do you just nonchalantly or maybe unconsciously get on the phone with your girlfriends, or someone asks you, how's your day? And you're like, well, gosh, it sure is hot out there. Or, gosh, my hair really does not look that great today. Or, oh, it's pretty good, but, things could be better. So in that, unconsciously, we are focused on and we are speaking about the things that are not working, right? So when we're focused on or speaking about it, we bring that into fruition, because what we think about, we bring about, right? What we think about, we bring about. So if we're even just focusing unconsciously, if you're always saying well, my kids just won't behave and my kids won't do this, and you're always talking about it. Yes, I believe it's great to have someone that you can use as an outlet, but if you're constantly talking about those things and you're stuck in the problem and not the solution, then you're going to have a whole world of hurt, because you're just going to start manifesting and bringing about more of that. For those of you who went through my Woman of Worth and Woman of Wealth program, we went through that process. We deep dived into the process of, it's all about money manifestation and stepping into your true value and worth. And we took a deep dive into how the things you're talking about and the way that you even view your bank account and view your bills. We talked all about how the way you talk about money is affecting the money in your bank account, you guys. And I had a woman within the first week, all of a sudden, $8,000 showed up that she was not expecting, because she started changing the language she used around her money. You guys, and this woman went on to making a huge life-changing decision after that 6-week program, where she's taking off faster than, and that program just ended in May, and she's taking off faster than I've ever seen. Okay, that's not true. I've had clients make some amazing progress in a short time, but she's just taking off beyond belief, you guys. It's amazing how when we can change the way we're looking at things, how life around us will change. Jessica says, yes, unwilling to stay where I'm at. So pushing for more. Yeah. I'm celebrating you. That is amazing. I love that. Love, 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 love. So when we focus on what's not working, we give our energy to that, right? So I want to encourage you guys, write this down if you need to. Come back and watch it on replay. I'll put it in the exercise for tonight. But I want you to really mind your mouth and be aware of those things that you're saying just automatically. How often are you at the grocery store and you're in the checker line and you're like, oh man, traffic is bad today. Oh man, trying to make ends meet. Oh man, kids are causing me problems, or, wherever it is. I want you to mind your mouth and pay attention to those things. Pay attention to those little things you're saying and the story that you're giving things that are happening around you. There's a huge difference between, if you really need to talk something through and having a mentor or a coach or an accountability partner, because I have those things. I have a business coach, I have a spiritual mentor, and I have a life mentor who know my patterns and my thoughts, and I can come to and run things by, and I can call them up and say, yeah, I'm having a really crappy day, and I just got spewed on by someone in their anger, and I created a boundary and it came back at me in a very harsh way, and then get into the solution. There's a huge difference between that and just having a bitch fest with your girlfriends. There's a huge difference between that. Jessica says, I've managed to get into abundance mindset before and the money flowed to me readily. For some reason, I fall back into the poverty mindset, so I need to figure out how to stay in the high frequency state of mind. Yes. And I can tell you exactly why that is. I can tell you exactly why that is. We can work, and this is totally off topic, you guys. So sorry that I'm going on this tangent, but I think it's important. So we can do money manifestation. We can get in the mindset, all those things. However, if you don't get to the root of the problem, and this happens for me, this happens with me all the time with women. Actually, one of the women who went through my Women of Wealth program, she said, you're not the first coach I've worked with. I've been working on my money mindset for 7 years or whatever it was. And I've gone through programs and I've done this and I've done this. And I said, okay, well, has anyone ever gotten to the root of your belief? Where does that stem from? Are you ready to get to the root and pull this out so you can move forward? She's like, yeah, let's do this. And so we worked through it. And I mean, within 15 minutes, we got to the root of the problem. I was able to identify a time in her life. She was probably like 5 or 6 years old when a certain event happened that she then created a story. We got to the root. We did some, I do this thing called NLP, not super important if you don't know what it is, but it's this process where we were able to get to that trigger, reverse it, change it into something new. And from that point on, she was free. So if you've never had someone walk you through that type of process, then no matter what happens, you can get in the habit and the pattern. This goes with confidence too. You can get in the habit of it. You can create mantras. You can feel all stoked and be all gung-ho about it. But if you don't get to the root of what's really going on and yank that thing from the root, what's going to happen is you might cut off the tree, you might cut off the trunk, you might pick all the flowers off, but then something's going to happen and it's going to start to grow again. Every time, you guys, it will happen. It'll start to grow again. Jessica says, I recently teamed up with an accountability partner with my new affiliate marketing business. Ooh, awesome. She's amazing. Having her with me has been a godsend. Yay! That's great. I truly firmly believe that everyone needs a tribe of people or someone, a coach, an accountability partner, to help them see these things, because a lot of times we don't see it when we're stuck in our own stuff. We can't see it because it's so comfortable there. We don't see it. So I want to remind you guys, we are constantly creating our reality. It's the stories we tell ourselves about what we're believing. It's the stories that we allow ourselves to get stuck in, right? Like I've had women come to me and they're like, well, I've never been able to make money. I'm always going to be in debt. I'm always going to be stuck in this place. And I said, yeah, you're right. You will. And they're like, oh, how could you say that to me? And I'm like, but honestly, are you ready to give that up? Are you ready to move forward? Because if you continue telling yourself that story, if you continue to allow yourself to live in that space, then yes, you are absolutely right. You will always be broke because you will subconsciously find a way how to sabotage yourself every single time. The same goes with confidence, you guys. The same goes. If you're always telling yourself like, oh, no, I am not a public speaker. I am never going to get on stage. I am never going to be comfortable speaking in front of an audience. Then yes, you're absolutely right. You will remain stuck in that. You will remain stuck in that. If you continually tell yourself, whether if it's out loud or just in your minds or just in your behaviors, that I'm not a confident person, you will stay in that cycle and you will self-sabotage and you will just totally and completely stick in that. If you believe you'll never lose weight, you'll never lose weight. Even if you do, you will self-sabotage and bring yourself to gaining that 5 pounds back or that 10 pounds or that 80 pounds. If you believe that you will never be rich, then you will never be rich, right? And if at any moment, you guys, you're getting those goosebumps or that chills, I want to honor you in that and just say, girl, I'm getting those chills, I'm getting those goosebumps, because what that is it's your soul saying, I recognize something that you're saying and it resonates with me so strongly. Honor that, press into it and get curious. So much about personal growth is about asking the right questions, about getting curious about what is it that she just said that really sparks me? What is it that she said that I'm identifying? and getting curious about that. And I encourage you guys throughout this program, at any time, this program will be open, this group will be open for quite some time. So allow yourself, if there's something that you feel triggered on, maybe jot it down, say, okay, Val said something about, being sick and tired of being sick and tired. Journal it real quick, like just jot it down real quick. And then when you have time, go back and get curious. Just ask yourself, lean in, get a little bit deeper and ask yourself, what is it that's triggering? What is it in me that is something is telling me that I need to lean in and get a little bit more curious about? And journal about it and come back in this group and let us know. I put little hashtags like #day1. So as you guys do the exercise, I'll post a PDF in here as soon as we get off, and let me know, like, what is it? Let the group know so that we can support you and love you through it. Because for each one of you that is bold enough to post or to speak up, like Jessica speaking up, I guarantee you there are women that are going to resonate with what she's saying. And there might be women out there who are living in that place where they're not yet able to stand in their power and they haven't yet found their voice. And there's going to be a woman who's going through exactly what you're going through. There's going to be a woman in this group who is feeling the way you're feeling, and maybe they're a little too shy or a little hesitant to say anything. I have a client who's been in, a bunch of my free programs, and she's been through a couple of my paid programs too. And there was a time and a place when she would not speak up in the group. I would see her watching it, but she wouldn't speak up. And that is totally and completely fine. That's where she was at this point. But you guys, now that she's my a one-on-one client of mine now, and I am just shocked at the things that are coming out of her mouth in her Facebook Lives and the program she's created and the boldness that she has, you guys. But we all start out at a specific place. So no matter where you're at in your confidence level, it is totally okay, because I'm here to tell you, you have permission, in case if nobody's ever told you, in case if you're waiting for someone to tell you this, let me be that voice to you. You have permission to be exactly where you're at right now today. You have permission to be the woman that you are. And you also have permission to identify that place. And you have permission right now in this moment to say, not anymore. I'm choosing to step out in my power. I'm choosing to step up, and I'm choosing to step into my voice, and I'm choosing to step into a brand new life. You have that permission. Every single woman in this group is going to rally around you. So whether you have the support in your real life or not, this is the place for you to get that support. And I know that most of you guys are a part of my High Vibe Tribe. That's my private group on Facebook. However, I'll post the link for that as well for any of you who are looking for a continued supportive group like that, because women are finding their voice in there. Women are getting empowered. Women are stepping out. Women are, walking out of dangerous situations. Women are walking out of abusive situations. So that, that's not everybody's story, but I can tell you by the feedback I get and the personal messages that I get, that's what's happening in that group, you guys. Oh, I'm going to cry. But I love it, you guys. I love the community that the High Vibe Tribe has created. This is not me. I just created this space and allowed that container for women to show up and be vulnerable and share about their businesses and share about their struggles. And the women of the group have created it to be what it is today. So you guys, I just want to remind you, to work on the exercises with an open mind. Tonight's exercise, again, does talk a little bit about the past and where you're at now, but do not allow yourself to go into any sort of morbid self-reflection. I don't want you to beat yourself up. I don't want you to remain in this place. I want you to just honor it as a fact. Like, this is a fact. Right now, I'm not as confident as I wish I was. Right now, I'm not as confident as my mom told me I should be at 40 or 60, or, I'm not in the place in my life where I feel I should be in my confidence, or should be in my career, or should be in my multi-level marketing business, or should be. Do not should on yourself, you guys. Shoulding on yourself is disgusting. So let it go. Let it go. Come to this exercise with an open mind and realizing that we're only going to hang out in this today. We're only going to hang out in this today, and then tomorrow we're going to show up and y'all are going to kick some ass, okay? Woo! Let's kick some ass. Kathy says, so true. We are not in a race. We are right where we should be, and this is where we are meant to be. Absolutely 100%. And I can tell you guys, there is no mistake that you are right here in this group right now, because for those of you who don't know about my process, I have a plan for my business, right? Like I had the whole year mapped out. And because of the fact that my business has expanded so rapidly, some of my second half of the year has changed 100% completely. Everything thrown out the window. And I'm the type of person that I need to know the information. You know, like I want things to be very structured and I want to have a plan in place. Like I want to know what the next thing is. I want to know when I can plan my vacations because I know what's going to happen, right? But since I took a bold step out in February and it started to expand my business, and then as a result, I hired a new business coach that is stretching me beyond what I thought before. You guys, this confidence course that I'm doing right now was not even in the cards. However, I leave enough space in my business for new information to come. I leave enough space in my life for disruptions to happen. I leave enough space in my life for new things, new downloads, new inspiration to happen. And you guys, this is something that I knew my audience was hungry for. And I knew when I was manifesting and putting the intention out there and, you know, manifesting the type of women and the women that were going to come in, that every woman that said yes to this was going to be in the exact right place at the exact right time. And ladies, that's you. That's you right now in this moment, stepping up, stepping out, and saying yes. So ladies, mind your mouth. Learn how to shift into the place where opportunity and inspiration can disrupt your status quo. You can step into unstoppable confidence the moment that you make the decision that you can, that you will, and that you must. So I encourage you today, if you've not made that decision yet, decide right now in this moment that today I can be an unstoppably confident woman. Today I will make the decision that from here on out, I am an unstoppably confident woman. I am unstoppable. I am confident. And starting today, I must have unstoppable confidence in my life. And from this day forward, never settle for anything less. Make it your new standard. Make it your must. And step fully into that decision, even if it's 10 minutes at a time. Mind your mouth and watch your confidence grow. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me for day 1 of Unstoppable Confidence. I am just so honored and thrilled that you guys have given me your most valuable resource, which is time. I am just thrilled that you guys have trusted me to walk. If you're walking beside me on this journey and you've trusted me as your coach to show up, to be seen, and to do the work that you're doing to be 100% fully unstoppable in your life, your vision, your relationships, your dreams, and out there in the world. I love you so much. I will post the homework for tonight. And if you guys have any comments, any feedback, anything you want to share in the group, you can absolutely put hashtag day 1, hashtag day 2, hashtag day 3, because then as I come back and I read it, I can just put that hashtag in and see all the stuff. And I will comment in the group. Please be gentle with me if I'm not commenting back right away, because you know, I've got a lot in my business right now, but I will comment for sure. And I will let you know, give you my thoughts and my feedback on anything that you write. But I do it personally. I don't pay anybody to come in and respond for me. You know, I know a lot of coaches out there do that. They have like assistants and stuff that do that. I do have an assistant, but I do all of I'm very hands on with my clients, and I'm very hands on with you guys too. I mean, just a matter of fact, this morning, I was going over a banner for a coach that I coach. She's creating this new program, and I created her graphics with her, and we were messaging back and forth for like half an hour to get it perfect. And I was like, girl, I don't care. Like, I want you to be so incredibly in love with this graphic that if you just feel okay with it, I'm not okay with it. I want you to be like, that's it. And we got to that place. She's so incredibly in love with her banner. But you guys, I'm here. I'm real. I'm a human being. I'm a woman just like you. And I'm here to walk beside you. So you guys, thank you so much. I honor you for showing up. Go out there, be unstoppable, work on the exercises, comment in the group. Let us get to know you. I love you guys so much. And I will see you tomorrow for day 2. Mwah!